Why hello there, fellow Justicar Creed. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, The Darkest Ages. Episode 34. Building Our Fort, a Sanctuary. Is Serenity stuck on the island? No. Serenity is not stuck on the island. Unrestricted. I've been hoping that Serenity would help with the timber hauling, but hasn't yet. Okay. Mike. I think it was Mike. No, it's not Mike. Who's missing a nose? Roy, we've got your nose. I don't have any medicine for it, though. This is going to be an ideology room, yeah. Correct. Eventually. So I'm going to go after some fully grown wild heal root so that we can maybe do a surgery. Because we might as well have Roy get the surgery while he's like laid up. So all I'll do is I'll have Major drop his medicine so that I can trigger the operation. Ginger, you drop your herbal meds, and then I can operate. There we go. Oh, there's another porcupine in there. Ah, yes. I'll just re-roll it. It is the dog porcupine. Actually, yeah. Pierogi, you don't have anything named after you. You're the pierogi porky, rather than the pierogi dog. I'm glad you like the name. Stop it. Manic, you're the best. Yeah, you're the best constructor by like a country mile. And the porcupines are pregnant again. Also, my biofire harvester immediately fails. Lovely. I cannot wait to get bioferrite shaping because I am going to run out of components until I have it. So, knowing that, I'm going to mine up some components because I'm now down to 4. As far as wild animals go, I don't really see anything dangerous. I mean, there's like a red fox, but that's about it. Klein, you shouldn't do that. Manic, that's your job. Klein, you can break down the old ones. Porcupines can never haul. It's not something they can be trained to do. Machiavelli, thank you for the resub. This one is Masterwork, yes. And now we only have one left to do. Now that I'm basically done with the tomb project, what do you want me to build next? There you go. List is up. And is it a tomb now? It isn't. It lost its tomb designation. But at least we can visit the graves. Visiting a grave is like a solitary a solitary recreation thing to do. So it still serves a purpose even if it is not formally a tomb. And I'm sure it like will regain its tomb designation sometime down the line. It just be like that. All the rest of the chunks do not haul. Expanding the keep would require to be voted on. I don't want to do that right now because I'm not like out of room. I'm not really ready to take on a project of that scope, which is why it wasn't included. I think there are other things that are more urgent, in other words. Alright, there's the last sarcophagi. Matic, I want you building it, though. Going for quality if I can. Hey, Winnie. Thank you for the resub. So Ginger's already recovered from her malaria, and as soon as Roy recovers, we can trigger the conversion ritual and hope that Mike just, like, has a change of heart. Probably won't happen, realistically, but, you know, attempts will be made. There we go. I think that looks nice. That's a lot better barrel than a lot of my colonists get, historically in my series, where they're just, like, burnt or, like, thrown away. So, upgrade. And they're not in a wooden casket anymore, waiting to be, like, burned or whatever. I think you guys overwhelmingly want me to make the ideology sanctuary. So, the altar is not something that can be moved. The other problem is the altar is a size 3. And the room is even. So it's going to be very challenging to make this have any semblance of symmetry. What I can do is I can do an altar next to a lectern, so it's like we treat it like a 4-wide. So it needs an altar, a lectern, pews. The lectern actually can just be moved. So once we build the altar, we'll just move everything else. And then the just form, and I'll put that in there once everything else is done. As far as floors go, let's do a granite mosaic. And now, finally, because we voted on it, I can cut the trees and then build the roof or whatever. So, current priority is build a sanctuary. Oh, they're just wandering through. Hey, we got our first of the herbal harvests. That's nice, because we were at 0. Roy is going to be immune before needing tending, I think. So, malaria has been conquered. Yep. I'm going to wait to do the conversion ritual until we have the sanctuary built. I think that would be a good groundbreaking ceremony. Wow, we have not gotten a lot of research yet. I also haven't incorporated any of the workshops yet, either. There is a research board that I could add. So that's... I think if we click this, yeah. I can queue this up. So we'll do a wooden research board. How many max linked? Up to 2 research benches can be linked to one chalkboard. And I think it can only link 1. It doesn't really explain in the and then there's also the note stack. Okay. Now, where is the note stack? Here it is. All the more need to grab wood from the outside. Alright, let's put the notes on the outside there. Turtle, thank you for the cheer. Alright, I think we'll need a hauling day. We have a decent amount of meals stockpiled, so yeah, we need to spend a day hauling because our wood count is pretty terrible. It doesn't help that I'm adding more things that require wood here. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We got them breachers. I'm gonna hit combat command. And I guess we'll do the conversion ritual after defending against these monsters. So they're unusually clever, breaching, and I am trying to rush them to the arquebus wall so we can start shooting. As they approach. Because they're not cultists, we only need to down half and then they flee. So them's the goal. It's weird that they... Oh, okay. I was going to say it's weird that they're not even showing up on my radar yet. And then they popped up. Serenity. I don't think that this is going to be a fight you necessarily need to partake in, so I'm going to restrict you to inside and have you not draft follow. So the breachers seem to like... I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something strange. I'm going to have McGee and Navalka, who have the long-range weapons, try to snipe when they're in the water. Oh, right in the head. Gnarly. And I see those two over there, don't worry. Oh, gutted. And I'm hoping to, like, lure them to the main bridge so we can cut them down. What permanent injuries does Serenity have? None. She got lucky. Wow, we are just... high damage annihilation. Their armor's doing a pretty good job, though. Mitigated a lot of that. So yeah, they're pacing because they don't really know what to do. Because we've cut down their initial breach team. So there's some additional breachers coming in here. What is this, silver? Plasteel. Oh, what? Okay. Y'all cheating? Because that seems like a cheat to me. And I would say... I'm going to clock their total numbers at, like, just probably... I'm sure there's more than I can see. I love that I can just keep the note open. So, there's 20 up and 3 down, so 23 total. That's not so bad. So if we kill 12, they'll leave. There might be slightly more than that, though. There's 22 up, so 25 total, maybe? It's hard to get an accurate count. I love how they're just, like, completely avoiding my, my bridge. They're just like, nah. That bridge is... That's a trap. They're not wrong, but I'm surprised that they are so actively avoiding it. What I could do is to have my shooters choke up on the bridge and see if we can't just, like, lure them into the arquebus barrage. Because I can outrun them pretty easily. Especially if Avalka and McGee are coming to give the leader aura. So there's 2 more breachers here. I think these are the last two. Let's focus fire on them. Sorry, other archers, I'm gonna have you wade into the water. Their, like, raid team has decided that they want to go for a swim. I don't know why. But because they're mostly brawlers, and their movement speed absolutely is atrocious in the water, especially given that they have plate armor, they can't chase me very good. So I can just, like, lure them like this, and they can't do squat about it. It's kind of funny. These guys were unusually clever, the game said. Yeah, I don't know about that. I disagree. They're unusually dumb. So there's a few pikemen that, like, might make it to the island. And I'm fine with that. Because they'll probably end up fleeing well before they are able to do very much. Ooh, that was an insta-kill. Apparently we, I don't know what we did there. Just pelvis to death. If you say so. I might. I don't want to jinx it, but this is kind of looking like a fight where I'm not going to get injured at all. Just because these raiders just don't know what to do. Yes. Oh, hello. I take that back. I did not see Rhadamant come in. But they didn't hit me. So there's Leanne and Edelot that I'll have to keep an eye on. I'm just taking I'm full assaulting here. I ain't afraid of them. Mostly because they're, like, in heavy armor, so they can't approach me quickly. Giving me the perfect opportunity to volley them to death as they approach. Sometimes their armor deflects, like, a lot of my arrows, but... Because I think what they're gonna do... Yeah, there they go. I was gonna say, what they're gonna do is they're gonna clash against my walls when they flee. So now all I have left to do is to make sure that they don't, like, bash doors that don't belong to them on their way out. But, raid solved. Easy peasy. Breach be gone. I could also try to make, once I have the wood that I wanted to super haul into the base, I could try to make warbows for some of the additional, accurate shooters. So the reason why I haven't issued warbows out to everyone is it's, close range and short range accuracy is rather bad. And it doesn't fire very fast, but as my shooters become more skilled, they'll compensate for the lower accuracy for the short range and close range shots. So as their skill reaches, I don't know, let's say 12 or so, which most of them have at this point outside of Major and Ginger, getting higher quality bows for Lilin, Matic, McGee, and Avalka would be pretty significant, especially if it was like Masterwork quality, because Masterwork bows are going to have a damage bonus as well. As far as our ideology goes, there's no... Ooh, there is a craftsman specialist. So that's another thing to consider, is to get Matic, the craftsman specialist, before trying to make better bows for the +1 quality, trying to get legendary bows. That would be incredible. I think that would be worth it at that point. There's also the other specialist roles that I could fulfill too. I don't know why I haven't. I just hadn't thought of them until now, which is the melee and the range. It does prevent you from doing all other jobs, which is a problem, because you're going to stop cooking, constructing, growing, mining, planting, smithing, tailoring, quarrying, and crafting, which is kind of important for a community to survive to do. The penalties of the production specialist, if you're wondering, is, no, it doesn't change your actual skill. What it does is it prevents you from handling, cooking, growing, mining, plant, cut, haul, clean, fish, quarry. And you construct and do general labor faster, and the quality goes up. There's no roles that I know of that, like, remove skill. It might restrict what you're allowed to do, but none of them, like, actually prevent you from change your skill level. All right, we spent some time hauling, but I think we spent most of the time hauling steel. The farms need some tending, which is why I stopped the hauling time. Serenity is still restricted to the island. That she is? She? Yes, that she is. Is there a sign for a tomb? No, not really. I guess this could be construed as a library. I'll put a library in there. Summer has begun. Flophouse Eternal Rest. That's one way to interpret it, I guess. I assume, yeah, okay, they were fully grown. There should also be a, oh yeah, there it is. I was gonna say, there should be a shard up there from the shamblers that came in. So we need a, yeah, here, this is the visiting grave that I was talking about before. So if we take a look at needs, this is a solitary recreation, which it's unnecessary because there's like solitary recreation everywhere, like cloud watching, star watching, you know, all of that stuff is solitary. So it's not hard to fulfill that rec type. But, you know, it's, I don't know, we wanted to turn them into tombs anyway, so we did it. Hey, go, Frenzy for Klein. Oh, well, I wonder if he's able to outrun normal people now. Yeah. So given that he has a Go Frenzy, I'm going to rely on you guys to re-restrict him once he's done. But I'm going to let him off the island now, because he's faster than the average person. So he can start hauling the stuff way out here if he wants. And then in a week, when it goes away, we'll have to re-restrict. Go Klein, be free. Exactly. I'm glad you understand. Alright, I am going to switch this over to corn. It's going to be significantly less work. Even if it is a little less yield, because we are doing fine on vegetables now. Hey, ZG, thank you for the resub. Who came back? Let's go through them one at a time to see if there's any that we want. So this person, incapable of dumb labor, does social, but like pretty low on my tier because they just don't have combat skills. We've already looked at Winifred. They were a no-go. Adolindus. I wouldn't mind Adolindus. Have another brawler that can cook. Even if he is a bit of a troublemaker. So let's do... That is fine. Scotto, the thief. I'm surprised you would just announce that you're a thief, but I guess you're a neurotic psychopath, so you didn't think that through. And last but not least, Liana, who would be... Yeah, I'm going to leave her off too. I don't really need someone who's going to piss off half the gender of our colony. A brawler who's healthy? Yeah, who would have thought? It's not common to see that in our colonies for sure. So once the sanctuary altar and floors are done, I'll move the pews in, and then we'll try a conversion ritual. I don't think it's gonna go well. My guess is like Mike is just gonna be the... I mean, Mike's at 100%, right? Mike needs a masterful conversion in order to change her mind. So it probably won't work, but it's still nice to have this building for the solstices, because our solstices have the miracle healing incorporated, and because we're like missing kidneys and whatnot, miracle healing would be awesome to benefit from. All right, some of the other things I wanted to incorporate. The tailoring loom. So we have the notes in here, and the research speed for these benches are now 5% faster, plus the cleanliness. So if we take a look, we can see all the modifiers. Cleanliness is another 3%, then 3%, then 2%. So basically this is as fast as research can go, you know, in a medieval times for the note stacks and the wooden boards. For tailoring, a loom would speed up the work. So we have two wooden tailoring tools. So if we take a look here, it's 50% plus the 20%. And then we can do... I'm going to actually get rid of this shelf and then do a loom and a mannequin stand. So a mannequin stand here and a loom here. And that should be like a max speed, I think. And max benefit. So the loom... One workbench can only use one tailoring loom. Got it. And the mannequin stand, 1 to 1. Okay. So yeah, that is max. What's the impacts of having no liver? Death. Instant death. Liver, as far as RimWorld is concerned, is a vital organ, and without it, you instantly die. Same with heart, brain. You lose those, you're just dead. Why do they keep using the guest room for meals? I guess it's closer than this room. Just the quality is a big difference. 61 to 113. I wish they would use the proper room. I could zone them out of this, but I don't really want to zone them because they also need to clean that room. So it's like, whatever. I'll just let it go. All right. Wildlife. Is there anything scary out there? Still that just red fox? Fine. All right, so the loom is at 75% plus 10% cheaper. So that has all the benefits that I wanted it to have. Another thing that would be good is if I added a chair for it. Yes. I don't yet have a smithy, so I'm not going to bother doing the smithy connection items. Because I would wait until I have a smithy workshop. The alchemy lab doesn't have anything other than the tool cabinets, but tool cabinets just seems too immersion breaking for me to add, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then the brewery has a mixing barrel connection, but again, I don't have a brewery, so I would wait for the brewery. All right. We're definitely going to need a high priority haul. I'm like out of wood on this island. So I'm going to tell everyone, get to it, start moving it. A chair for the alchemy lab? Yeah, I could do that too. How's our meals? Fine. So I'm gonna have Matic haul. Or stop hauling so you can finish the builds. The stonecutters also have their own connection points, but I don't have a, you know, a workshop for them either. Well, we've gained 900 wood since I put them on high priority hauling. I would say it's working well. I'm not entirely sure we've been, like, using these eggs. I hope that I find a person like I can trade them away or something, because, I could also set up a fine meal to use the eggs, specifically, where we, cook that first, and then we do the other fine meals. Maybe that makes sense. Oh, they're a wine merchant. I swear to God it said war merchant when they showed up. So let's do that. Cook fine meal. This one is going to be the vegetarian that is not grapes or raw fungus. No meat, and then any meat that is not sketch. So no human, insect. I don't know if Leviathan has a problem. And no twisted meat. So cook fine meals with meat, and then above it, let's do a new bill. Cook fine meals. Raise this up to 22. Instead of meat, we do all veg except for fungus and grapes, and then only unfertilized eggs. So they do, like, order of operations. It should hit the top one first, meaning that we just use up all our eggs. Oh, no glow stool. True. No glow stool in either of those. Oh, how we've grown? Yeah, it's a process. It's a slow process, but things have been improving. They won't come back anytime soon. They expected more out of me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Alright, there's a giant altar, and as soon as the floors are done, we'll move everything over in there. And then we can do the conversion ritual and then the roll ritual for Manic. I might also want to consider a one person at least to have the archery roll. Because the aura is really, really nice. So if we did that, if you do become a shooting marksman, you are not able to grow, mine, plant, cut, smith, tailor, etc., etc. So taking a look at our roster, it shouldn't be Avalka because she cooks. Shouldn't be Lilin because she plants and cooks and also doesn't have a high shooting skill. Not Manic. Does it allow you to, so you can't plant anymore. Does it allow you to construct? No. Major is plants. Ginger already has a different role. There's really not a good person to potentially have that role. It would really cut into our... I would need to basically tell one of my plant tenders to no longer do that thing. So maybe it makes sense to have Major have it because Major has Bloodlust. And as the shooting role, you're likely to hit more targets as a result. That would be maybe the closest fit. I don't know. What do you guys think? First off, should Matic get the crafter role? Yes or no? You guys can vote on that. And I'll be back in just 1 second. So the crafting role, you won't be able to animal handle, cook, grow, mine, plant cut, haul, clean, fish, quarry, but your construction and general labor goes up, and then the quality of your crafts goes up, which is a big one. So then if I start to do warbow production, the quality of the warbows that we get will be much, much, much better, which can make all the difference in the world. All right, Matic is moving the pews. And then we're going to want to move the just form. Put in the corner for now. Break down the old altar. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld The Darkest Ages, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Dread Knights.